Hello everyone, my name is Eduardo Sánchez García and I am assistant professor at the University of Alicante. This is the first of 3 videos of the module Emotional Intelligence, Diversity and Inclusivity, which is titled Socio-Emotional Skills, Diversity and Inclusion. This module is part of the European project Inspiring the Minds, funded by the European Plus program of the European Union. This course is structured as follows. First, we will embark on an exploration deep within ourselves. Have you ever wondered why we feel the way we do? Our first stop, demystify the very essence of emotions. We'll not only define them, but also touch upon their profound significance in our lives. From the raw, primal sensations that echo our most basic instincts, we will journey into the maze of complex feelings that emerge when emotions intertwine. Next, we dive into the socio-emotional learning realm to discover its transformative power and unveil the 5 key pillars that stand tall, guiding our socio-emotional journeys. As we get to understand our emotional landscape, the third phase, we will equip us with the tools to traverse it, from mastering the art of emotional regulation, tackling the formidable beast of stress, to harnessing our emotions as driving force towards our goals. The fourth section delves into understanding of diversity and the shadows that sometimes obscure its beauty, that is, our unconscious biases. Together, we will light up those corners and recognize how to address them. In our final chapter, we will understand inclusion's deep-rooted significance and confront the ghost of discrimination that sometimes threatens to fracture our shared bond. We can define the emotions as complex psychological and physiological responses to internal or external stimuli that encompass a range of feelings, thoughts, and bodily reactions. They serve as adaptive mechanisms that guide human behavior, communication, and cognition. Regarding to the significance of emotions for human and social development, I have selected 5 key areas: personal development, professional development, health, wealth, and happiness. Regarding to the first one, emotions play a foundational role in shaping our self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation. Recognizing and managing our emotions helps in making better decisions, setting goals, and navigating challenges. In addition, they serve as a compass guiding us towards understanding our passions, strengths, and areas of growth. For instance, a surge of pride after a job well done encourages us to pursue similar endeavors, while guilt can act as a deterrent against repeating mistakes. In connection with professional development, in the workplace, emotional intelligence is crucial since facilitates teamwork, leadership, and effective communication. Professionals who are adept at recognizing and respecting not only their own emotions, but also those of their colleagues, tend to be better collaborators and leaders. Moreover, understanding customers' emotions can drive better sales, product design, and service delivery. Regarding to the third one, health, emotional well-being has a profound impact on physical health, such as chronic stress, unresolved anger, or prolonged sadness, which can lead to a host of health issues, from heart disease to a weakened immune system. On the other hand, emotional resilience has positive emotional engagement, can boost immune functioning, improve recovery times, and decrease the risk of chronic diseases. In connection to wealth, emotionally intelligent individuals tend to make more balanced and informed financial decisions, instead of being swayed purely by transient emotions like the thrill of a risky investment. They can evaluate options with both logic and emotional foresight. In a broader societal context, understanding and catering to the emotions of a target audience can drive business success and innovation. Finally, we all want to be happy in this life. In this respect, emotions can act as a barometer of our well-being. Positive emotions like joy, gratitude, and contentment are directly linked to happiness. Engaging with and savoring these positive emotions can enhance life satisfaction and overall well-being. Conversely, understanding and navigating negative emotions without suppressing them is vital for long-term happiness. In essence, emotions are not mere reactions. They are integral to every facet of human life, from the personal challenges we navigate to the societal structures we build. Emotions shape, guide, and influence the trajectory of human development in profound ways. At the core of our intricate emotional landscape lie the primary emotions that are universally recognized instinctive feelings that emerge in response to a specific stimuli. They are rooted deeply within our evolutionary history. These emotions have enabled our ancestors to adapt, survive, and thrive in a myriad of environments, serving as the fundamental building blocks from which more complex emotions arise. Among the main primary emotions, we find happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, surprise, and contempt. However, as intricate and varied as the human experience is, so too is our emotional repertoire. While primary emotions are the instinctive, foundational responses to stimuli, complex emotions and emotional combinations arise from layered experiences, nuanced perceptions, and intertwined feelings. Regarding to the most common complex emotions and emotional combinations, we highlight the following: love, jealousy, envy, guilt, shame, pride, embarrassment, hope, despair, and awe. Regarding to the first one, love, this is a deep and enduring affectionate connection with someone. Love is multifaceted and can encompass a combination of joy, trust, and commitment, but sometimes also fear of loss and sadness. Regarding to the jealousy, this emotion often involves a mix of fear, sadness, and anger. Someone might feel jealousy if they perceive a threat to a valued relationship or position. Regarding to envy, is a feeling of discontent, desire for someone else's position, possessions, qualities, or lack. It can be seen as a blend of admiration and a sense of inadequacy. Guilt is a feeling of having done wrong or failed in an obligation. It's a combination of sadness and fear. Sadness for having done the wrong and fear of potential consequences. Shame is similar to guilt but more related to one's perception of oneself. It can arise from a combination of sadness, disgust towards oneself, and fear of judgment. Regarding to pride, this is a positive feeling about oneself or one's accomplishments. It can be a combination of joy and surprise, especially if the accomplishment was unexpected. The next one, embarrassment, may be defined as a feeling of self-consciousness, maybe after making a mistake or being caught in a compromising situation. It can be a blend of surprise, shame, and sometimes fear. Hope can be defined as an optimistic state of mind based on an expectation of positive outcomes. It's a mix of anticipation and joy. Regarding to despair, this can be defined as a profound sense of hopelessness. This emotion can be a combination of intense sadness and fear. And the last one, O. This is a feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. Imagine standing before a vast landscape or towering monument. It's a blend of surprise, fear, and sometimes joy. These complex emotions and combinations offer a richer, more nuanced understanding of human experiences. They are shaped by culture, personal histories, and individual personalities, making them even more varied across different people. Their integrate nature underscores the depth of our emotional lives and the myriad ways our internal worlds interact with the external one. Here we start with the second section, dedicated to socio-emotional learning. We can define it as the process through which individuals acquire and effectively apply the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. We can highlight some benefits derived from carrying out a process of socio-emotional learning. Enhance emotional regulation. Socio-emotional learning equips individuals with strategies to understand, express, and regulate their emotions, reducing instances of impulsivity and emotional outbursts. Stronger relationship skills. With an emphasis on empathy, active listening, and effective communication, socio-emotional learning fosters healthier interpersonal relationships among peers, family, and educators. Reduction in risky behaviors. Those well-versed in socio-emotional learning are less likely to engage in risky behaviors like substance abuse, violence, or self-harm, as they have better coping mechanisms and decision-making skills. Increased empathy and understanding. Socio-emotional learning promotes cross-cultural understanding and reduces prejudices, creating a more inclusive and compassionate community. Enhanced decision-making abilities. With a focus on considering consequences, ethical standards, and the well-being of oneself and others, individuals with strong socio-emotional learning skills tend to make more responsible choices. Improved mental health. By fostering self-awareness and coping strategies, socio-emotional learning can reduce symptoms of mental health disorders, such as anxiety and depression. Improved academic outcomes. Students with strong socio-emotional learning skills often show better academic performance. They have the tools to manage stress, focus on tasks, and approach challenges with resilience and persistence. Preparation for the workplace. In today's collaborative and dynamic work environments, skills like teamwork, communication, and adaptability, central tenets of socio-emotional learning, are highly valued. Resilience in adverse situations. Socio-emotional learning imparts the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and handle pressure, leading to better outcomes in challenging situations. As we can see, socio-emotional learning is not just an educational buzzword, but a foundational framework that prepares individuals for life multifaceted challenges, both in personal and communal contexts. It equips them with the tools necessary to navigate an ever-changing world with empathy, resilience, and understanding. The Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, named CASEL, has identified 5 core competencies of socio-emotional learning. These competencies serve as a roadmap for educators and policymakers to integrate socio-emotional learning into curricula, culture, and practices. The CASEL 5 addresses 5 broad and interrelated areas of competence and highlights examples for each: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. The Casual 5 can be taught and applied at various developmental stages from childhood to adulthood and across diverse cultural contexts. Many school districts, states, and countries have used the Casual 5 to establish preschool to high school learning standards and competencies that articulate what students should know and be able to do for academic success, school and civic engagement, health and wellness, and fulfilling careers. Self-awareness is about recognizing one's emotions, values, strengths, and limitations. This competency serves as the foundation for understanding oneself, leading to better decision-making and goal setting. When students recognize their emotions and how they influence behavior, they can begin to develop a balanced self-concept. Self-management refers to effectively regulate one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in different situations. By mastering self-management, students can achieve goals, handle stress, control impulses, and motivate themselves. It aids in maintaining consistency in behavior and instills discipline, leading to personal and academic success. For its part, social awareness makes reference to taking the perspective of and emphasizing with others, with understanding social norms for behavior and recognizing family, school, and community resources and supports. This competency fosters a sense of belonging and understanding in social settings. When students understand the feelings and perspectives of others, it promotes cross-cultural sensitivity, reduces prejudices, and facilitates better interpersonal relationships. Relationship skills is about establishing and maintaining healthy and rewarding relationships with diverse individuals and groups. This includes communicating clearly, listening actively, cooperating, resisting inappropriate social pressure, negotiating conflict constructively, and seeking help when necessary. Strong relationship skills ensure effective and positive interactions with peers, educators, family, and the community. They act as building blocks for collaboration, trust, and social harmony, which are essential in both personal and professional settings. Finally, responsible decision-making means making constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions based on ethical standards, safety, and social norms. It involves the realistic evaluation of consequences of various actors and consideration for the well-being of oneself and others. This competency is pivotal in ensuring that individuals make decisions that are both beneficial for themselves and considerate of their community. In this way, it safeguards against impulsive and harmful decisions and promotes a sense of social responsibility. Emotional regulation is vital for mental well-being, interpersonal relationships, and overall quality of life. Here we expose some of the most effective and useful emotional regulation techniques. By understanding and employing these emotional regulation techniques, individuals can navigate life's challenges more gracefully, foster healthier relationships, and achieve a more balanced emotional state. Regular practice can make these techniques more effective over time, as the brain becomes trained to access these strategies as second nature. The first one is cognitive reappraisal. This technique involves changing the way one thinks about a situation to alter its emotional impact. By reframing or reassessing events in a more positive or neutral light, one can manage negative or overwhelming emotions. Thus, it is expected to reduce emotional distress and promote a more balanced perspective on challenging situations. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness involves staying present and fully engaging with the here and now. Meditation, for its part, often involves focused attention and deep breathing to achieve mentally clear and emotionally calm state. These practices can help individuals become more aware of their emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. It is expected to reduce anxiety, increase self-awareness, improve concentration, and obtain a greater sense of calm. Regarding to deep breathing, this involves taking slow, deep breaths to activate the body's relaxation response. Deep breathing can interrupt the fight or flight response that strong emotions can trigger. Doing this, it is expected to obtain an immediate calming effect, reduce heart rate, and lower the levels of stress. Progressive muscle relaxation. This technique involves tensing and then relaxing different muscle groups in the body. Physical relaxation can lead to emotional calmness. Stress and anxiety often manifest physically, and by relaxing the body, the mind often follows. In this regard, it is expected to decrease the feelings of physical tension and increase the feelings of calm and relaxation. The other one is distraction. Distraction is focused on shifting attention away from a distressing emotion or situation to something neutral or positive. This technique offers a temporary break from an overwhelming emotion, giving the brain a chance to refocus and regain balance. It is expected to obtain an immediate relief from intense emotions, allowing time to approach the situation later with a clearer mind. Finally, we have problem-solving and self-compassion techniques. Regarding to the first one, actively address the source of distress by identifying the problem and seek solutions. Instead of ruminating on negative feelings, problem-solving redirects focus towards actionable steps. It is expected to reduce feelings of helplessness and increase feelings of competence and control. Regarding to the second one, treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding as one would treat a friend in a similar situation. This provides an internal source of comfort and support, reducing negative self-judgment. It is expected to reduce severity of negative emotion, increase resilience, and improve self-worth. Now we are going to talk about stress management. We can define stress as a physiological and psychological response that occurs when an individual perceives a situation or event as challenging, threatening, or exceeding their ability to cope. This response involves a complex interaction of hormones, neurotransmitters, and physical reactions designed to help the individual respond to a perceived threat or demand. While stress can be a normal and adaptive part of life, helping to heighten alertness and improve performance in the short term, chronic stress can have significant negative effects on physical and mental health. Controlling stress is not just about alleviating immediate discomfort or tension. Stress management plays a foundational role in preserving our physical health, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. Given the interconnected nature of body and mind, managing stress becomes a holistic endeavor crucial for leading a balanced and fulfilling life. Here we propose the following practices that can help us to reduce our stress. Exercise. Physical activity boosts the release of endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Regular exercise acts as a potent stress reliever and can also improve sleep and self-confidence. It is expected to reduce stress levels, enhance our mood, and better overall physical health. Regarding to time management, prioritizing tasks, breaking them into manageable chunks, and setting aside specific times to complete them. Efficient time use can prevent last-minute rushes and the stress of feeling overwhelmed. In this vein, it is expected to enhance our productivity, a feeling of accomplishment, and reduce our daily stress. Limiting caffeine and alcohol. This is about reducing the intake of substances that might induce or exacerbate anxiety. Avoiding the heaters and energy crashes associated with caffeine and the potential depressive effects of alcohol, we can expect to obtain a steadier mood, better sleep, and reduce our anxiety. Regarding to sleep hygiene, by cultivating habits like maintaining a consistent bedtime, creating a peaceful sleep environment, and avoiding screens before bed, we can enhance the quality of sleep, which is critical for mental and physical well-being. It is expected to obtain better cognitive function, improve mood, and reduce stress levels. Social connection. Seeking interaction and support from loved ones, friends, or support groups. Social support offers emotional sustenance, a sense of belonging, and can help in putting stressors into perspective, being expected to enhance emotional well-being and reduce feelings of isolation. Journaling. This means writing down thoughts, feelings, and concerns regularly. This provides an expressive outlet, and the act of writing can offer clarity and perspective, being expected decreased feelings of overwhelm and improved mental clarity. Mindfulness and meditation. As we said before, these techniques can cultivate present moment awareness, grounding individuals in the here and now. These practices disconnect people from the ruminating on past regrets or future anxieties and help in cultivating a centered mental state. It is expected to decrease our anxiety, improve our emotional regulation, and obtain a greater self-awareness. Progressive muscle relaxation. This means intentionally tensing and relaxing each muscle group in sequence. This provides immediate feedback about areas of physical tension and promotes relaxation, being expected to reduce physical tension and increase the overall relaxation of our body. Now we are going to learn some techniques to establish our goals and motivate ourselves. Goal setting is a powerful process for envisioning your ideal future and motivating yourself to turn this vision into reality. Here we expose some of the most effective techniques for this. Functioning SMART. Goals involve defining your goals with the following 5 criteria in mind. Specific. Be clear and specific so your goals are easier to understand and achieve. Measurable. Measurable goals can be tracked and allow you to see your progress. Attainable. Your goals must be achievable with the resources and capabilities within your reach. Relevant. Your objectives must be worthwhile and meet your needs. And finally, time-based. It is necessary to include a time limit to achieve your goals. This technique provides clarity and direction, ensuring that goals are practical and clearly defined. By considering this technique, it is expected to enhance our focus and motivation and obtain and a structured plan for achieving our objectives. Visualization and vision boards. This involves creating a mental or physical representation of your goals. Visualization helps to solidify your commitment to your goals and keeps you focused on what you want to achieve. It is expected to increase our motivation and clarity, making goals feel more tangible and attainable. Setting milestones and break down goals. This technique involves breaking down larger goals into smaller, more manageable milestones or steps. This approach makes larger goals feel more achievable and provides regular moments of accomplishment. It is expected to obtain sustained motivation, clearer path towards the end goal, and a sense of progress and achievement along the way. Accountability partners means engaging a friend, family member, or coach to check in with you regarding your progress towards your goals. Having someone else involved can provide extra motivation and can give you new perspectives on your path. Making this, it is expected to increase your commitment to your goals, a sustained momentum, and valuable feedback on your progress. Positive reinforcement. This involves setting up a system of rewards for when you achieve a goal or reach a milestone. Rewards can boost motivation and help to reinforce the positive behaviors that lead to goal attainment. It is expected to obtain sustained motivation and a greater sense of enjoyment in the process of working towards your goals. Writing down goals. This means putting your goals on a paper or digitally, clearly and specifically. Writing down your goals increases commitment and provides a constant reminder of what you are working towards. It is expected to obtain a clear and constant awareness of your goals, increased likelihood of achieving them, and a tangible record of your ambitions. Regular reviews and adjustments. This technique involves periodically reviewing your goals and adjusting them as needed, based on your progress and any changes in your circumstances or priorities. Regular reviews keep your goals aligned with your current situation and allows for necessary adjustments. It is expected that your goals remain relevant and adaptive, and a sense of control and purpose in your life trajectory. Prioritizing goals, the Eisenhower Decision Matrix. This matrix helps you to decide on and prioritize tasks by urgency and importance, sorting out less urgent important tasks which you should spend less time on. This matrix assists in focusing on what truly matters, helping to prevent the feeling of being overwhelmed. It is expected to improve our productivity or time management at the same time that reduce our stress. In this slide, we will talk about diversity, cultural awareness, and unconscious bias. We can define diversity as the presence of and respect for a wide range of individual differences within a group, community, or organization, which encompasses the acceptance and appreciation of different cultural, ethnic, gender, age, abilities, religions, educational backgrounds, and life experiences. Here we expose some of the main factors used to differentiate people, which are interconnected and can intersect in complex ways, contributing to a person's unique identity and experience of the world. The heritage, traditions, customs, and history that individuals identify with. This is often linked to shared language, religion, and practices. the social and cultural roles, behaviors, and attributes that a society considers appropriate for men, women, and non-binary or gender non-conforming individuals. Different age groups like baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, Generation Z, which may vary their perspectives, values, and approaches to work and life. The individual's economic and social position relative to others, based on income, education, and occupation. Beliefs, practices, rituals, and ethics associated with a particular faith or spiritual orientation. Abilities that people have, including cognitive, physical, sensory, and health-related factors. The individual's emotional, romantic, and/or sexual attraction to people of the same and/or opposite gender. Educational background, including formal degrees and informal learning experiences, significantly shapes an individual's worldview and skills. People from different regions, whether within a country or internationally, often have distinct lifestyles, traditions, and perspectives. Language and communication styles are central aspects of the individual's identity and can significantly impact their interactions with others. Finally, people may also be differentiated by whether they are single, married, divorced, or widowed, and whether or not they have children. Diversity recognizes that each individual is unique and that our individual differences contribute to the complexity, richness, and value of social groups and communities. Thus, recognizing and valuing this diversity is essential for fostering an inclusive and harmonious environment, whether in the workplace, community, or wider society. Regarding to unconscious bias, we can define it as the automatic stereotypes or attitudes we hold about groups of people that unconsciously affect our understanding, actions, and decisions. Here are the main aspects of recognizing and addressing unconscious bias when addressing diversity. Self-awareness and acknowledgement. The first step is to acknowledge that everyone, including ourselves, has unconscious biases. Regular self-reflection and awareness exercises can help us to identify our biases. Education and learning. Educate yourself about different types of biases and the various forms they can take. Engaging in diversity training or workshops can be very informative in this sense. Active listening and openness. Make an unconscious effort to listen and be open to perspectives that differ from your own. Engage in conversations with people who have different backgrounds and experiences. Questioning assumptions. Challenge your own assumptions about people and groups and ask yourself why do you think or feel in a certain way and whether there is evidence to support that belief. Seeking feedback. Encourage others to point out when they notice potential biases in your behavior. This can be eye-opening and allows for growth. Diversify your environment. Make an effort to engage with diverse groups of people, which can be in your personal life, in your reading and media consumption, or in the workplace. Implementing objective and standardized procedures. In a workplace or decision-making settings, create and use standardized criteria to prevent bias from creeping into evaluations and choices. Practicing empathy and perspective taking. Try to put yourself in others' shoes. This can help you to understand their experiences better and can be a powerful antidote to bias. Continuous improvement. Addressing unconscious bias is not a one-time action, but a lifelong commitment. Regularly revisit your biases and the steps you are taking to address them. And finally, taking responsibility and apologizing when necessary. If you recognize that your bias has resulted in unfair treatment to others, it is important to take responsibility for that and apologize sincerely. In this respect, by recognizing that we all have unconscious biases and actively working to mitigate their effects, we can foster more inclusive and equitable environments. Addressing unconscious bias is a critical aspect of genuinely promoting and benefiting from diversity. Finally, we address inclusion and discrimination. We can define inclusion as the intentional and proactive efforts made by organizations, communities, or societies to create an environment where all individuals, regardless of their differences, are valued, respected, and supported. Inclusion involves the full and equal participation of all members where diverse perspectives are welcomed and leveraged for mutual growth and success. And it is not merely the tolerance of diversity. It is the active celebration and integration of the various contributions that each unique individual can make to the collective whole. For its part, discrimination means the unjust or prejudicial treatment of individuals or groups based on specific characteristics, such as race, gender, age, religion, disability, sexual orientation, or nationality. Discrimination involves actions, decisions, or policies that result in different and unequal treatment or that systematically deny equal opportunities and rights to certain individuals or groups, and can occur at individual, institutional, or societal levels and may be explicit or implicit, and intentional or unintentional. Fostering inclusion requires a multifaceted approach that involves individual, institutional, and societal efforts. Here are some actions that could help to reduce or avoid discrimination. Education and awareness. We must engage in educational programs that focus on diversity, inclusion, and the harmful effects of discrimination. It is essential to educate others in your community and workplace. This in order to understand the roots and manifestations of discrimination, which is foundational to address it. Self-examination and self-awareness. We must regularly reflect on our own beliefs, actions, and potential biases. We must make a conscious effort to challenge and change discriminatory thoughts and behaviors in ourselves. Speak up and report. If you witness discriminatory behavior, speak up when safe to do so. We must report the incidents to appropriate authorities, whether that's a manager at work, at school, or a legal body. Advocate for fair policies and practices. We must work toward implementing and supporting policies in our workplace or community that promote equality and actively fight against discrimination. Engage in allyship and advocacy. Act as an ally for groups that are being discriminated against. This might involve standing up for a colleague, attending a protest, or advocating for policy changes. Encourage dialogue and conversation. We must foster environments where open and respectful discussions about discrimination can take place, which might be at home, at our workplace, or our community. Promote and practice inclusion. We should make a deliberate effort to include diverse voices in decisions and discussions. We must work to create environments where everyone feels valued and respected. Seek legal recourse when necessary. In some instances, it may be necessary to consult with a legal professional or file a formal complaint with a relevant authority or organization when the times come. Support and collaborate with anti-discrimination groups. We can join or support organizations that are committed to fighting discrimination. This can include local community groups, national organizations, or global movements. Educate the next generation. We must teach children and young people about the value of diversity and the harm that discrimination can cause. We could encourage empathy, open-mindedness, and respect in young people. Practice self-care and seek support. If you are a victim of discrimination, it is important to look after your mental and physical health and seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals. Challenge and change norms and stereotypes. This means work to change the narrative and challenge the societal norms and stereotypes that underpin discrimination. Fighting discrimination and driving inclusion is an ongoing process that involves personal commitment, institutional change, and societal transformation. While the path might not be easy, these strategies offer a starting point for individuals and groups willing to work towards a more equal and just society. This slide concludes the first video of the module Emotional Intelligence, Diversity and Inclusivity, which continues with the second on self-knowledge and personal growth. Thank you to everyone for your attention.